Listen, things got pretty heated, on these social media platforms, especially in the sport of boxing right now. There's a lot going on. That seems to be like an outlet that a lot of these fighters use to pretty much air out their grievances, settle some of their differences, and heck, even promote some fights. But in this situation here that I have in store for you right now, involving Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Listen, Gervonta completely disrespected, Shakur in a verbal exchange on X. It was wild. Gervonta, we all know a lot of people look at him as almost like a modern day Mike Tyson, if you will, somewhat in that order. But in my humble opinion, Gervonta, like I said, he the truth, man. And a lot of these guys use him to as a stepping stone in terms of trying to elevate themselves, promote their own fight, and even heighten their profile. Tank is the machine. We just gotta just call it how we see it. A lot of guys willingly go in there against Tank and get knocked out for the payday. But it's wild. But like I said, Gervonta, he's 29-0, no losses, no draws, 27 wins by the way of knockout. He's a southpaw. You already know he's 5'5.5", with a 67.5-inch arm reach. We all know you from Baltimore, Maryland. He's the WBA World Lightweight Champ. It's crazy. Like I said, he's still holding on to his title. He's defending it. And a lot of people, there's an argument here between him and Canelo, between the face and this and this and that. But at the end of the day, guys like Gervonta, no matter what division you're in, he's good for the sport of boxing. Period. I think that nobody could discredit that. Also, we're gonna get into this exchange that took place. I mean, I really don't know where it started, but at the end of the day, the relationship between these guys supposedly was kind of good, but for whatever reason, I just don't know what happened. But it is what it is. I want some of the stuff that was said was just completely crazy. I'm trying to read some of these quotes. Stevenson said he's a 3 division champ, unified at 130, held the Ring magazine. You had the belt. You had one belt your whole career, and you pushing 30. My guy, you not fooling me, Lil Bra. So that's what he said. That's pretty crazy, And then and some deleted tweets, now that we all know that this is kind of how Tank pretty much handles his business, online. He came out and said that you were under my wing until you started calling my name, letting people around you hype you up. You even did an interview saying I wouldn't fight you when you knew that's when I knew you were a cornball. However, this isn't the first time. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man, that all this stuff came out as I'm reading on these social media platforms that happened. This came out about a day ago, maybe a little over 24 hours, that this news broke on these two. Could this possibly be setting up a fight? Right now, obviously, Tank is pretty much about to lock horns with Frank Martin. We all know what's going on with Shakur. A lot of people's not happy with his opponent. But at the end of the day, all of this chirping that's going on, man, they have to eventually fight in the 135 division. You have all of these fighters, even under them. You have all of these people that could possibly make this 135 division even more epic. Obviously you have people in the division like, a Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, a Keyshawn Davis. Could you imagine a card with all of these guys featuring on it? That's why I said the 135 division could be epic, but it seems like if we're not getting it done. Call it what you want, say what you want to say about King Ryan Garcia. I, look. you have to he's getting in there, and win or lose, he's willing to risk it and put it on the line. And this is a big spectacle for the sport of boxing, y'all. People don't understand the eyeballs and the attention that's happening. And this fight is not taking place in Las Vegas. This fight is taking place in Brooklyn, in New York City, So like I said, this is going to be the atmosphere is going to be tremendous. I'm totally predicting that. So just make sure you buckle up, man. In terms of what's gonna happen with Ryan, Tank is gonna be fighting in Texas, in H Town. How you think all of this is one big coincidence? Last time I checked, Shakur he be out in Houston. So we all know what's going on. Jay Prince and I think that this obviously is setting up a fight between him and Shakur Stevenson. If he goes in there and destroys Frank Martin in Houston, Texas, obviously, Frank Martin and Spence, and like I said, they got roots out in Dallas, obviously with Spence. Now I'm telling you, man, this guy Tank, I think, is about to send a message to these guys. I think he's sending a message directly to, Shakur in this fight. He's sending a message to everybody. And I think that it's going to be crazy. I mean, he's dictating everything. He the A side. If he didn't, you don't think he has something to do with Houston? So he could have went. Why didn't he go? Why didn't he go to Washington? He could have went to Baltimore. There's a lot of things he could have did. He could have went to New York. Why not Vegas? Anywhere. Tank is a movie, so it's like a world tour. So he could really fight anywhere, and it's going to sell out. He can go to Cleveland. And people gonna be flying to Cleveland to see the fight. This is the kind of fighter that he is. So Houston is a good city too. So I mean, I don't know, but I'm not cool with all this exchanging on Twitter and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I just want to see the fight happen. Because what if the fight never happens? All we got is exchanges. And like I said, this is not their first time, getting into things. But like Tank said, these guys, well, they kind of was under each other's wings somewhat. You've seen some videos, some pictures, they working out together. But like I said, this is the sport of boxing, and Tank is up there, and people are looking to capitalize on him. If they could win, lose, or draw, that's the kind of stuff Tank brings to the table. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button. Peace and love to you all. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with the sport of